right, everyone. Since I'm another year closer to death, I got to choose which band we're doing a discography on this
Did you
time.
really get to choose?
I was strong-armed into choosing which
fucking A.
band we're going to do a discography on.
Hey, it's one of your favorite bands, though. So.
But this is one of the bands that is most important for me, not just in my musical journey, but in my journey through life. We're talking, of course, about Hatebreed.
Yes, sir.
Hatebreed are the biggest band to come out of the hardcore scene without compromising their sound and integrity. They don't have complex song structures, and you're not going to hear anything game-changing in their music. But what you get is passion, aggression, loads of positivity, and straight caveman-style riffing that's guaranteed to get your blood flowing and have you ready to charge into battle. When life gets hard, this is typically the band that I turn to so that I can get my frustrations out in a healthy way and not let it break me.
You didn't say hard right.
That said, hard. When life gets hard. Let's get into this thing. We got a lot of albums to talk about. We're going to start with Satisfaction is the Death of Desire. 14 songs, 25 minutes. This was released in November of 1997, and this was the band's first full-length album. It follows the EP Under the Knife, which was released 1 year prior. We're not going to talk about Under the Knife on this episode.
Yeah, we don't do EPs.
Yeah, that's the only reason, but I do recommend checking it out. There are some that would argue that it's actually better than Satisfaction. Shout out to you, Bulldozer Baby Jesus.
It's got good ones on there, though.
Yeah, Kevin loves some Under the Knife. So
they also had the, before that, the Split with Integrity.
Yes, they did.
So,
that's a good one, too.
But we don't talk about EPs.
Yeah, no EPs. So, the first song on this album is Empty Promises. Not holding back on the energy right from the start. You got blast beats right out of the gate, fast riffing, a very young, pissed off Josta. In and out in over a minute. How's that for an opening track?
Yeah, get some destruction.
It's a great opener. I love the double bass kicking up to the last 15 to 20 seconds of this 90-second song.
So first off, what a great album title. Satisfaction is the Death of Desire. That shit stuck with me since then. I was a teenager when that shit came out, and I think about that a lot. Satisfaction is the Death of Desire. It's beautiful. Anyways, Empty Promises, one of their best opening riffs into one of their best songs. Big beatdown chuggas, East Coast style drum groove with some nice double bass at the end. Tough guy vocals, little gang chant action. Short but efficient example of what we're getting into, some good old solid hardcore. Killer song.
Burn the Lies. Fucking circle pit music. I found it nearly impossible to sit still while making my notes for this episode. And this one treats you to a really nice beatdown style breakdown right at the end of the song. Good stuff.
Yeah, that breakdown goes hard.
And it's got the cool little drum intro, and this one picks up the pace for a good mosher. Nice breakdown. Killer lyrics. All that I have for you is hate.
Those sound like some Bobby lyrics.
Yeah. Bobby, with the first lyrics of an episode, you're going to hear a lot of damn lyrics, and I promise you.
I had more lyrics.
Before Dishonor. This is definitely a favorite of mine on this album. Nice two-step and rhythm to this one. Some of the best lyrics on the album. What makes you think everything in this world that you have can't be taken away? In a world enslaved, it's kill or be killed. I live each day like it might be my last.
Fuck yeah.
It's an early example of the positive lyrics that are to come. And this is still a live staple to this day.
It's a fun one to hear live, too. Yeah.
One of their best opening riffs into one of their best songs. So heavy, and it's got a little melody in there. Good skanking pace. What I have in my heart, I'll take to my grave.
Yeah.
Awesome song.
Puritan. So they slow it down a little bit on this one with some big grooves. I think it was a needed tempo change. You can also hear a little bit of the metal already starting to creep in. Just a hair.
Yeah, it peeks in a little, but we're still full on hardcore here.
Man, Puritan. One of the best opening riffs into one of their best songs. Meaty riffing, drums are cool all over this thing. Seated behind the sun, myths bleed into one. Always thought those were cool lyrics.
Yeah, totally. Conceived through an act of violence. Josta went to a really dark place on this one. This song describes someone that was brought into the world as a result of rape and just deals with the hopelessness and loneliness that they feel as a result.
It's fucking dark, man.
Yeah, man. Conceived through the act of violence. One of their best opening riffs into one of their best songs. One of my favorites right here. Great pit songs, heavy, it's fast, it's angry. I didn't ask to be this way. I was thrown into this living hell.
Afflicted Past. It's another quick little thrashy banger.
Yeah, I mean, the energy just has never really lets up here.
Yeah, man. Still furious, still going strong. This one doesn't stand out enough to be on like a playlist, but I do not skip it when I listen to the album.
Right.
Yeah.
Prepare for War. This is my favorite intro to any song on this album. There aren't many Hatebreed songs that have like kind of the slow build, and this is as slow of a build as you're
They
gonna
do
get.
stand out.
Well, in this era,
Yeah.
at least, yeah.
Yeah, it's on this album especially.
Yeah, for sure.
We even get a cool bass solo in this one.
Yep.
That's definitely one of the standouts on the album to me.
Yeah, I love the bass and drum mix going into that breakdown and the chuggy riffing in there. It's a
Yeah,
great
it's got
track.
the like cool tribally drums up front, then the gut punch chuggas, cool bass part in the middle. I have yet begun to fight. There's no fear in my heart.
Love it. Not one truce.
Mm.
Now, this is how you start a song. This shit's fast as fuck starting out, which
Yes,
makes
it
that slow down sound so much more intense when we get into that big anthemic Hatebreed beat down riffing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that snare sounds like a machine gun opening the track, and it just bounces the whole time.
Man, not one truth. One of their best opening riffs into one of their best songs. Tied with the song Severed from the previous released EP. This is my favorite Hatebreed song. Such a great riff. The groove throughout is sick as fuck. It's intense on an already brutal fucking record. Cool effects with the vocals when he's doing it's time to burn at the stake. It does that weird like fade in and swell. Sounds bad as fuck. Love this song. This is the sound I hear when I hear somebody say Hatebreed. This is that fucking blasting of the snare. This is the fucking shit, man. Love that shit.
Betrayed by Life. Grooviest song on the album. If you don't headbang to this, then just fuck you. We're not friends.
This is neck snapping greatness.
Wouldn't you love to just kick the living shit out of someone to this song? Like, it's got a really good violent rhythm to it. Like, you get your stomps in time with the, yeah, you're going to fuck somebody's day right up. I like that shit.
Stomp their face.
Or anywhere in about ankles.
At least, like, if you're doing it that way, too, they're going to know when it's coming, right? Because it's coming to the beat, so, like, they have a little bit of time to brace.
For the time.
Like, here comes the next one.
Time they're breathing for their screaming. Of,
Maybe they'll actually enjoy the beat down.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Mark my words.
Yeah.
Probably my least favorite song on the album, but it's still a really good song.
For the rest of your fucking life, you will mark my words. And it goes right into that brutal breakdown. Killer shit.
Digging your fucking grave.
Yeah.
I like that shit. It's a mean fuck. I know you see, like you say, his lyrics are like positive.
Oh,
When I
they
hear
didn't start out that way.
They're
He has-
mean as fuck.
He has definitely
And even
moments.
sprinkled throughout. Yeah, there's some
Yeah.
angry shit in here. We're going to get into
Well, I'm saying
too.
even, I was listening because you guys are always, yelling positive. And I'm like, all right. And I can still interpret it into like, nah, he's pissed and wants to kill people. I like it still.
Yeah.
We'll get into some positive.
Positively wants to murder.
Last Breath
Hey.
is next.
There we go.
This is the song that makes big, burly metal guys cry at shows. It's one of the ultimate songs dealing with the death of a loved one. Always a therapeutic experience to hear this one live. You can feel the emotion in the room or in the venue in general.
Yeah. I mean, he always dedicates it to someone that we've lost
Mhm.
every single night. And it's a standout from the album. I always love when they play it live.
Yeah, Last Breath. It's a great song. Tragedy struck not long after I got this album, so this one has extra value to me. Like you said, this will make the big burly guy tear up. Great fade in with the cymbals. One of their best riffs, I think. Cool tribally drums are back, along with some solid double bass, heavy fucking lyrics. It's a great song.
Yeah,
Sucks that it's so good.
it's definitely a classic.
It makes the burly guys tear up, and it's not a ballad by any means. I mean, there are no ballads with Hatebreed, but,
Fuck that shit. I like it.
So, Burial for the Living.
Mm.
So this goes to Bobby's example that, some of this shit's just really angry. There's nothing positive about this. This is dark. A burial for the living, our earth stripped of wealth. Burial of the living in a world full of enemies. I am the enemy of the world. I like that line.
Our only hope is vengeance into the breakdown. Jost is a master of this shit, even this early on, man.
Yeah, cool bass intro. Josta always gives Beatty a shout out before they play this live. And in a world full of enemies, I'm an enemy of the world. Our only hope is vengeance.
It's awesome.
I like some lyrics, you fucking
Yeah.
ding dongs. The end of this track is fucking brutal, also, man.
Yeah.
It starts off bad as fuck, but man, it goes fucking hard at the end. Good one.
Worlds Apart. It's got one of my favorite breakdowns on the album.
Mhm.
This slow buildup is very different from the rest of the album before they just kick that door right back down again.
Yeah, it's got the cool feedback intro with the bass leading again. Great stompy groove. Great breakdown. I like that one. It's a great song. Worlds Apart. Good stuff.
And then they close it with Driven by Suffering. I think a great way to close it out. Just like everything else on the album, it's pissed off, it's fast, it's aggressive, it's fucking Hatebreed.
Yeah, and if you're listening on headphones, there's a super fast riff in the left channel that just has so much thrash to it. Good shit.
Yeah, Driven by Suffering, one of their best opening riffs into one of their best songs. End it with one more Angry as Soul. The energy is still high. I mean, it's only been like 20-something minutes. Super Chug is on the way out. Great fucking closer. So this was right around when I was getting into hardcore. What was it, 97?
Mm-hmm.
Earth Crisis, Overcast, Snapcase, that kind of stuff. And my buddy played this for me. He was from up north, the hardcore scene. And Hatebreed, already liked the fucking name. And then it was this fucking album. I like that. And I was like, yeah, that's the stuff I like. This is what I think of when I think of Hatebreed. Even that light blue album cover with this simple flaming logo and stuff, that's the image I think of. This is the sound I think of. To me, this is Hatebreed. Simple meat and taters, heavy riffing with solid drums, no solos, angry at the world, vocals and lyrics. The songs are short and to the point. It's raw, it's mean, it's iconic. An absolute classic hardcore album, stand out in their catalog by far. Hatebreed Satisfaction is the death of desire. Always will be a 6 upside down pentagrams.
Nice. And their logo is iconic at this point. Like,
It's
you brought
simple.
it up.
It's just
like,
got the it's got the curve and then some fucking
and
flames
the
on it.
flames, and everybody knows.
But Hatebreed, that's a provocative fucking name. But just
Yeah.
that light blue and then what was it, black and white pictures of the band.
Yeah.
It was so
stood out.
simple.
Yeah.
And man, at the time, like I said, I was just getting into the hardcore. And, like I was in the sick of it all and stuff. And then this shit was like, it's just fucking peak hardcore. I don't give a fuck if that's Poser talk. This album is a fucking 6. It is and stand out in the hardcore scene. I don't give a fuck.
All the bones of what they would become are here. I'm just not a big fan of the short songs. As soon as I start to get into one track, it's over, and I'm just left wanting more. One song kind of blends into the next on the entire album, basically having the exact same feel and song structure. Still, it's powerful lyrics, killer breakdowns, hard riffs, and tons of energy. And it's still fucking Hatebreed, and it's killer. It's a 4 out of 6 for me.
Nice.
Yeah, this is Hatebreed with the first little bit of production that they got. Still very raw, very just classic hardcore. This album did so much for the scene. And one of the things that I respect so much about Josta is he's always been about bringing people along for the ride and not forgetting the people that came up with him in the scene. Yeah, this is an album that is, highly regarded by anybody in the hardcore scene. Satisfaction is the death of desires, a 5 out of 6 upside down pentagrams for me.
That's a good one, man.
Nice.